Have you ever walked past someone and somehow just known their age without even seeing their face? It's not the gray hair. And it's certainly not the wrinkles. No, it's something else. Something in the air. That musty, stale scent that clings to cardigans, cozy living room couches, and unfortunately, sometimes to us, it's what people call old person smell. And trust me, once it sticks, it sticks. But here's the truth that most people don't talk about. You don't have to smell old. Aging is inevitable. But smelling like it, that's optional. With the right perfume, you can erase that age scent completely. I'm talking about swapping that faded aroma for something fresh, elegant, and downright magnetic. So magnetic, in fact, that even doctors, yes, real medical professionals, have raised their eyebrows in surprise at the transformation. I'm about to reveal 5 perfumes that older women like me swear by. These aren't trendy sprays that fade in 10 minutes. These are the classics. The timeless elixirs that do more than just smell nice. They neutralize that funky odor that creeps up with age and replace it with a signature scent that turns heads in the best way possible. Before I begin this sharing, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for following along. If this story has been meaningful to you, please like, subscribe to Wise Senior, and comment to let me know where in the US you are listening from. It helps me feel less alone in this journey of sharing meaningful things. And now follow me to the end. Because number 5, that's basically magic in a bottle of perfume. Number 1, Chanel No. 5, the anti-age aura. Let me be completely honest. If I could only wear one fragrance for the rest of my life, it would be Chanel No. 5. Hands down. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't that my grandmother's perfume? And you'd be half right. It was your grandmother's and your great-grandmother's, and possibly mine too. But that doesn't mean it's outdated. Chanel No. 5 isn't old. It's eternal. And there's a big difference. This scent has something modern perfumes often lack: depth. It's floral. It's powdery. It's musky. It's everything. Wearing it feels like stepping into your own power, like capturing the essence of a woman's life, her struggles, her triumphs, her fire in a single bottle. When I first wore Chanel No. 5 at 32, I felt sophisticated. At 50, I felt regal. And now in my 70s, it feels like my armor. Subtle, yes, but unshakably powerful. But what earns it the top spot on this list isn't just nostalgia. It's science. Chanel No. 5 contains a magical ingredient called aldehydes. They're what give the perfume that sparkling, champagne-like fizz. But they do more than add shine. They neutralize unpleasant odors. Seriously. Dermatologists and researchers alike have noted how aldehydic perfumes like Chanel No. 5 can cut through age-related body scent. That funky smell we often associate with aging. It has a name, tu non anal. It's caused by changes in skin lipids and faster oxidation as we grow older. Chanel No. 5 slices right through it like a breeze through a musty room. I once wore it to a formal dinner, white linens, candlelight, the works. A gentleman in his 40s, handsome and well-dressed, leaned in and whispered, "You smell incredible. What is that?" I smiled and said, "Just a little secret from 1921. You can mist it over your scarf, dab it behind your ears, or even blend a drop into your body lotion. However you wear it, Chanel No. 5 doesn't just linger, it elevates. It doesn't hide your age. It honors it." Number 2, Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede Soft. Clean, sensual. Now, let's shift to something gentler. Some fragrances shout when they enter a room. Others, they whisper and leave a deeper impression. Jo Malone's Peony and Blush Suede is exactly that. This perfume isn't just a scent, it's a story. It smells like walking barefoot through a dewy flower garden at sunrise. Light, airy, but with a sensual base that clings softly to your skin. Here's the magic. It pairs beautifully with mature skin chemistry. As we age, our skin changes. Fragrances don't always settle the same way they used to. But Peony and Blush Suede, it adapts. It melts into your skin and creates something uniquely you, fresh, feminine, unforgettable. As we get older, our skin naturally gets drier, and that changes how fragrance clings and develops. What once smelled crisp and citrusy in your 30s might now morph into something sharp or even metallic. That signature scent you once adored, it might betray you if it wasn't made with mature skin in mind. But Jo Malone, oh, she knew what she was doing with this one. Peony and Blush. Suede isn't just a fragrance. It's a transformation. The moment you spray it, you're hit with that fresh, clean bloom, like a bouquet that's just been snipped and unwrapped on a spring morning. It's tender, light, and luminous. But wait, give it a few moments, then the Suede arrives. And oh, the Suede, it's warm, creamy, and wraps around you like your softest cashmere shawl on a breezy afternoon. It's the kind of scent that doesn't shout across the room. It leans in and whispers in your ear. There's also a note of red apple in the opening, juicy, innocent, but with just a hint of mischief. It brings a youthful sparkle that instantly lifts the entire composition. It's not immature, it's enchanting. When you walk past someone wearing this, they don't just smell a perfume. They sense a woman who's clean, graceful, approachable, and somehow unforgettable. That's the effect Peony and Blush Suede has. It's not loud or overpowering, but it lingers in the air like a gentle memory. I originally wore it only on Sundays, brunch with the girls, strolls through the farmer's market, quiet mornings sipping tea by the window. But then, the compliments started rolling in. One morning, my neighbor, a lovely woman in her 30s, knocked on my door to borrow some sugar. Yes, some people still do that. When I opened the door, she paused, took a deep breath, and said, "Oh my gosh, you always smell like fresh linen and spring flowers. What is that?" I smiled. Peony and Blush Suede. I told her. And believe me, it's not just masking scent. It's enhancing you. That subtle mustiness that sometimes clings to our clothes. Gone. The dry skin scent that creeps in as we age. Neutralized. Even that faint library smell that tends to settle into our homes after years of well-loved books and quiet afternoons. It's erased. This perfume doesn't just sit on your skin. It becomes a part of you. It's the kind of fragrance that makes people lean in when they hug you. It makes them want to stay in your presence just a little longer. And the best part, it layers beautifully. Try pairing it with a hint of vanilla body oil or smoothing it over shea butter. It creates a second skin, feminine. Warm, inviting. Number 3. Clean Reserve Skin, the subtle seducer. Now, let's take a turn down a different path, into something a little unexpected. Let's say you're not a perfume person. You avoid heavy florals. You hate the feeling of being doused in something cloying or overly sweet. You're not trying to smell like a bouquet. You just want to smell like you, but fresher, cleaner, warmer. Then meet your new best friend. Clean Reserve Skin. This isn't your typical perfume. It doesn't shout. It doesn't even really whisper. It breathes. From the moment it touches your skin, it melts in so seamlessly that people can't quite tell where the fragrance ends. And you begin. Imagine the cozy, comforting scent of stepping out of a warm shower, toweling off, applying your favorite lotion, and slipping into your softest robe. That moment, that beautiful, private moment of comfort and calm, that's what Clean Reserve Skin smells like. Only better. The magic lies in its ingredients: tonka bean, salted praline, and a fresh, radiant musk. It's warm, gently sweet, and has a creamy depth that never overpowers. And that musk? It doesn't cling to your clothes. It clings to you. Let's be honest, our skin loses some of its natural oils as we age. And that's part of why some of us are more prone to that dreaded stale scent. You know it? You've pulled off a cardigan or blouse and caught a faint whiff of something. Not so fresh. But Clean Reserve skin responds to body heat. The warmer you get, the more it blooms. It radiates freshness, not perfume. But better. I started wearing this after yoga class. Just a light spritz at first, but soon, it became my daily go-to. One afternoon, after a long shift volunteering at the hospital, a nurse in her 20s walked past me and stopped dead in her tracks. "You always smell like the coziest person in the room," she said. "What is that?" That was the moment I knew this wasn't just a scent. It was a presence. Even my doctor once told me, "You always smell like freshly washed linen and skin." There's no greater compliment. And for those of us with fragrant sensitivities, asthma, or allergy concerns, this one's hypoallergenic, cruelty-free, and completely free of those harsh synthetic chemicals that make other perfumes feel heavy or cloying. I keep a travel-sized bottle in my purse and dab a little on before errands. Because even something as mundane as grocery shopping can feel like a walk through a Parisian boutique when you smell like your best self. Let me tell you about the fragrance that made me fall in love with life again. It's called La Vie est Belle. French for life is beautiful. And honey, let me tell you, it lives up to that name in every possible way. Number 4. La Vie est Belle. Let's be honest. Aging sometimes feels like a slow subtraction. Fewer phone calls, more quiet mornings, fewer parties, more doctor's appointments. And sometimes, even for the strongest of us, it starts to feel like life is quietly folding up around the edges. But this perfume, this bottle of joy, it pulled me right back into the game. And not just back in, but front and center. Dazzling. The first time I smelled La Vie est Belle, I was standing in a department store in my late 60s. It was one of those days, you know the kind nothing fit? Everything ached. And I was seconds away from calling it quits and heading home to curl up under a blanket. That's when a young sales associate smiled and spritzed a sample card, handed it to me with that just try it look. One sniff, bam! I smiled. Really smiled. Not a polite one. A genuine, light up my face kind of smile. This perfume is warm, feminine, and absolutely delicious. It opens with juicy pear and blackcurrant, yes. Fruit, but not sugary or childlike. It's a classy fruit, refined. Then it unfolds into a floral heart of iris, jasmine, and orange blossom. Picture a silky hug made of petals. It's comforting, graceful, and quietly luxurious. And the base, oh my stars, praline, vanilla, and tonka bean. That finish smells like hope, like joy, like baking cookies in your silk blouse just because you feel good and life deserves to be celebrated. And here's where it gets even better. This perfume doesn't just lift your mood. It actually neutralizes that dreaded old person smell that no one wants to talk about, but everyone knows exists. It's caused by a compound called 2-nonenal, which shows up more often as our skin changes with age. It lingers in warm spots, neck, chest, behind the ears. But the sweet, warm notes of vanilla and praline in La Vie est Belle don't just cover it up, they override it, like sunlight pouring into a dim room. That's why even doctors have commented on the noticeable difference when women wear it. It's not just perfume, it's chemistry. One afternoon, my grandson gave me a hug and said, "Grandma, you smell like cake and flowers and something sparkly." I nearly cried. That's the power of scent. It connects generations. It creates moments that last. This perfume is for the woman who still wants to feel seen, who walks into a room and doesn't shrink back into the shadows, who knows in her soul that life doesn't stop at 60 or 70 or even 90. She's not fading, she's just hitting her stride. And La Vie est Belle reminds her of that with every spritz. Here's a tip I swear by. Spray it on your wrists, behind your ears. And here's my secret weapon. Dab a little behind your knees. Yes. Really, as you walk, that scent floats behind you like a soft, happy whisper. People won't just notice, they'll remember. Because this isn't just a fragrance, it's a declaration. A reminder that beauty, joy, and femininity don't have an expiration date. It's the kind of scent that makes people lean in and say, "You smell radiant." And there's a big difference between smelling good and smelling radiant. Number 5. Narciso Rodriguez for her, the quiet bombshell. Now listen closely. Because this one's different. Narciso Rodriguez. For her isn't for every woman. It's not loud. It's not sugary or flirty. It's not chasing trends. This perfume, it whispers power. It hums with mystery. The first time I wore it, I felt like I discovered a part of myself I hadn't seen in decades. A more dangerous, quietly confident version of me. For her is built around musk, but not the old school, overpowering kind. This musk is clean, soft, sensual. It wraps around you like candlelight in a dark room. There are hints of rose, peach, and the faintest touch of amber and patchouli, but all muted, all blended like velvet. Why is this especially magical for older women? Because mature skin loves musk. While bright citrus scents fade fast on us, musk stays. It evolves with your body heat throughout the day. Doctors are often surprised by how musky scents like this can actually override that musty body chemistry that changes with age. I wore it to a dinner party, small group, soft jazz, candlelight. A gentleman 2 seats away leaned in and said, "Pardon me, is that your perfume?" I can't stop thinking about it. Now look, I'm a 73-year-old widow with a knee replacement and bifocals. But at that moment, I felt like a Bond girl. That's what Narciso does. It doesn't shout. It pulses. It doesn't flirt. It lingers. And it's not for women who want to smell like flowers or pastries. It's for women who want to smell like themselves, only unforgettable. Better, bolder, and quietly unforgettable. Narciso Rodriguez. For her is the kind of scent that wraps itself around your confidence and says, "Yes, I'm still that woman." It pairs beautifully with dark clothing, candlelight evenings, or even a casual walk when you need a little reminder of your own quiet power. Use it sparingly. 1 spritz is plenty. 2 if you're in the mood to turn heads. And always apply it directly to your skin, not your clothes. This fragrance needs your warmth to truly come alive. Here's the truth. Darling, getting older doesn't mean giving up on feeling and smelling beautiful. With the right perfume, you can walk out the door feeling 10 years younger, a whole lot bolder, and completely free from that musty cloud society tries to put around aging. You deserve better. You are better. So try these scents. Start with samples if you want. But promise me one thing, don't settle for stale. Don't fade quietly. Embrace the elegance, the sparkle, the fire that's still in you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment below with your go-to signature scent. I'm always looking to try something new. And hit that subscribe button for more timeless beauty and lifestyle tips from your favorite old soul. Oh! And one more thing, if you want to know the real secrets they don't tell you about aging, subscribe to my Wise Senior channel. It's real talk, woman to woman. Until next time, stay glowing and never stop smelling good.